Do you do any support group stuff?
No, because I felt shy and embarrassed because people knew who I was in the UK, and that was my shame coming over again. Whereas actually now I'm very open about my mental health struggles and eating disorder struggles and all the stuff that I've been raped more than once in my life. I talk about that openly in the public. I no longer carry shame around anything that's happened to me or anything I've been through, and as a result of it, I've become better. Like my sort of progress chart has just gone in the last 3 years because I open up and I've destigmatized my own trauma to myself, which we all, I think, need to do a bit more of.
Certainly we do. For me, I undertake that a lot in collective situations. You know, for the tools I use, I like 12-step stuff and support groups with other people. For me, a lot of what I had to overcome is sort of like self-centered self-obsession, and a good way to overcome that is in group environments where you hear other people, see other people, witness, empathize with other people, to the point where, against, in my case, seemingly my better judgment, it kind of melts away my sense of myself as a dislocated individual, and I start to feel myself as, hold on a minute, you exist in relationship with others.
And it also sort of destabilizes the bad side of pride in you, I think, sharing with other people. And I think pride is just this little bastard that runs around your brain, just tangoing everything. That has been something that being able to sort of kind of murder my pride has been an amazing part of my journey to stop being such a twat and start to actually be really honest with people. I was a very performative person in my 20s, and I was very insincere and very much so into playing the part of the it girl who had everything, and I was always happy, and I always had a funny self-deprecating story, and I was just full of shit. And it wasn't until I met someone when I was 27 who I really fancied, and one of the first things he said to me, which completely crushed me, was, oh God, aren't you tired? I was like, no, I feel great. He was like, no, just tired of all of this that you're doing. Ooh. And it made me, I had to climb under the table that we were there, and not suck him off, just to be clear. That's what that sounds like. Well, it might be that's where it might be going.
Didn't seem that's where... Wow, my self-esteem's on the floor. Fellatio is the journey back.
A woman getting under a table that she's sharing with a man that she fancies could have sounded wrong, but I just had to hide there from him because I felt so exposed. And that sentence...
Did you literally get under this table?
I literally got under this table. And he took a photograph of that moment, which I will give you a copy of. And we are now still really good friends. But he sort of triggered my nervous breakdown, really, but also my breakthrough. Which is what they like to call it, my nervous breakthrough.
What's the old spirituality like, Jameela? You've got some sort of spiritual program?
No, I don't. I haven't managed to do that. I can't meditate. I've tried all the apps. I'm too ADD.
What an exhaustive journey. It's incredible.
Yeah, I give up.
I didn't know you'd gone to so much trouble.
Well,
tried every single app. I've still not conquered.
I'm not a spiritual person. I hope that
what you're describing is spirituality.
I don't know how to speak of that form of human being.
Because what you just described, like everything you've described, is like shame and overcoming shame, ego, overcoming ego, purpose, finding purpose, connection with other, connection with inner self.
The Dalai Lama.
I've just worked out that you are you're a reincarnation of the Dalai Lama, the one he ain't even died yet.
Yeah.
I mean, this is going to blow their minds.
It's just that it hasn't personally yet in my life spoken to me, and I have I have very spiritual family members and friends who are very spiritual, and I live in Los Angeles, which is the most spiritual place in the West, I think. Is that fair to say?
People really bang on, don't they?
They
about
really
the old spirituality. Look at me now. I'm about to just this is me beginning my, let's start banging on about spirituality.
About to call Bagwan on me. No, it's just not where I'm at currently, but I don't not believe in it. I really love the idea of karma, so that's my first step into spirituality is good and bad karma. I like karma. I think I'm still just quite childish, and I haven't been able to get into it, but I also have no imagination.
Don't say these things.
No, but it's a real thing. No, like I don't care about anything that has realms or other worlds like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter. Like, I don't.
That's fantasy.
Like,
That's fantasy and image systems.
Okay,
that's a
fine.
different thing.
I don't mean to diminish spirituality by comparing it to Lord of the Rings. I'm just saying.
It's a mythic.
Oh, God, I'm really digging. I'm starting to sweat.
Hold on a minute. So you're saying that Islam is Harry Potter?
But yeah, religion and spirituality are not things that I've yet found in my life.
That's interesting, because I feel like that what you're describing in a sense is missionary. Not that it has to conform to some predetermined idea. There's lots of humanist, atheist, secularist people that seem to me very, very sort of zealous and up for changing the world, making other people feel better, liberating people from false beliefs. All I'm saying is, as a paradigm that is spiritual, you're describing awakening. When you said mental breakdown, mental breakthrough, that's sort of a kind of a almost spiritual aphorism or maxim, is sort of an idea that's used. Thanks for watching this podcast and going all the way to the end of it. Would you say kind of to click the bell? It might not be there, because they're over there, and subscribing, so that we can infiltrate your serenity and peace of mind with jangling bells and buzzes. Thank you.